Hi.
Welcome to another edition of In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy. We have a great recipe planned for tonight.
We do? What is it?
We're going to do a mom recipe. And actually, she gave me, over the course of her giving me recipes, 2 of the same recipe, but completely different versions of it. So I'm choosing one of them tonight to do for you, and it's called chicken divan.
Very French.
Very French. And you know what? I looked it up.
Yeah.
Because I knew you were going to ask the question. Where did the term come from? So there used to be, in the early 1900s, a restaurant in the Gotham Hotel in New York. And it was called the Divan Parisian Restaurant. And I guess their signature dish was chicken divan.
How about that?
But they made it with a Mornay sauce. And I don't even know how to spell it, much less how to make that sauce. So we're
not going to do that.
We're going to make our own signature dish, and we're going to call it the day after divan, because the beauty of this dish is that you're basically using leftovers. So if you had a chicken dish the night before, or you had a rotisserie chicken, or even if it was Thanksgiving turkey, you could make it a turkey divan. And if you have leftover broccoli, you can use that. If you have a couple cans of soup in your pantry, Mom had a choice there too of cream of celery, cheddar cheese, or cream of mushroom.
Correct.
And we're going to do the mushroom.
Okay.
Is that good with you?
Perfect for me. Now, I'm going to be the follower because we're calling Judy first apron today.
So that means your second apron?
You just tell me what to do, and then you explain to everything what's going on.
All right. So I'll tell you what we need first.
Okay.
And then I'll be the taskmaster and put you to work.
All right. I'm ready.
All right. So we're going to need, first, chicken. So this is all my leftover chicken from our rotisserie the other night, and I'm actually going to hand that to you, because you can get started.
I have a job now.
Cutting it up.
I get it.
Yes.
Okay. You want it kind of small cuts?
Yeah, pretty small cuts, because I'm just going to put it over the top of the 9x9. I'm using a 9x9 baking dish.
Okay.
You also need, we're using cream of mushroom soup. I mentioned cream of cheddar cheese, or cream of celery would also work. You're going to need paprika. You're going to need milk. And you can either use whole milk, 1%, 2%, or even skim. It's up to you. And then also shredded cheddar cheese. So I've already got almost a full cup. That is basically to taste, or for looks, because you're going to spread it over the top of the whole casserole. So I guess that's basically what it is. And then, of course, I told you we're using leftover broccoli. This is not already cooked broccoli. You can, if you want to, you may use a box of frozen broccoli. Mom has had that on one of her recipes too.
Sure. Makes it easy.
Yes.
Also stores very well before you use it.
Exactly. I'm going to move this over here so we can see what you're doing as well. Okay. So that the cameras can catch it all.
Are you sure you want to show what I'm doing?
Yes, I'm sure.
Very dangerous.
I feel like we've got a race going on here.
How do you feel about being the first apron?
That was kind of fun.
Like to be bossy?
No. It's usually, I talk about you being the chef. The main chef.
Which we'll get to
Chef numero uno.
later on in another episode where we do my almost world famous filet mignon medium rare.
Yes. As opposed to your almost famous, almost award-winning, but not really either one.
Eggs.
Eggs.
Right.
I sometimes have some fun with these videos, popping in some episodes, some funny episodes of
That we make reference
some
to.
other ones. Oh my gosh, I was editing one today. I almost showed it to you, and I thought, no, I'm going to wait till the whole production is finished and then show you, because it's you this time, not me. And it's really funny. Tell them what you did.
Oh yeah, so if you remember back in the greatest eggs of all time, the scrambled eggs, my award-winning but not really award-winning scrambled eggs on Judy's birthday.
Right.
When I was making the bacon in that bacon pan, what I call it, the bacon...
Baconator.
It was not the Baconator, it was something else. I forget what they call this. It might be the Baconator or something like that.
Usually I'm the one who, you know, is doing the flubs or the goofs or the faux pas.
Yes, most of the outtakes are Judy.
You say that very proudly.
Or sometimes just my reactions to Judy.
This is true. And it's the next day. Actually, we really didn't cheat. If you look carefully enough, you'll see that he shaved himself cutting. And on yesterday's video, or cut himself shaving.
By the way, and I don't know if you said this when you're talking about everything that we have here, And is this enough, or do you need me to
I think more.
continue?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead and do
Okay.
so.
If you didn't really want to hear what I had to say, you could have just said so.
Here, let me put the camera more towards you. Now you can talk.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
You don't, really?
I know it was probably very important.
You said, by the way.
Oh, no, I know what I was going to tell you. The cutting boards that we're using.
Oh, yes.
Because you have links for your storefront if anybody wants to have some of the same things that we're using. These are they silicone? I always say that. It's really
No,
just
I think they're
It's
plastic, but they're very flexible
Flexible cutting
plastic,
boards.
so we love them. And one of the reasons we love them, and you'll be able to see this, is just even as an example, taking it and just pouring it right from the cutting board into the vessel
And
that
they
you
are
need.
non-porous, so you don't have to worry about
fantastic.
transfer of any.
Right, germs or
Germs,
bacteria.
bacteria,
I'm just
yeah.
going to set this timer for 3 minutes because I love to
Okay.
time the broccoli. Oh, and I am, in this case, if you've got frozen broccoli, you won't cook it first. But because this is raw, I'm just going to steam it for 3 minutes before I put it in the baking pan. The other thing you're going to do, and I can do this while Paul's cutting up more of the chicken.
More?
Yes.
It's chicken.
That's right, is put the mixture of the soup and the milk together. And then, and this one doesn't call for any butter, but once you get that mixture together, then we're going to layer the steamed broccoli or frozen broccoli first as the first layer in the baking dish, and then the chicken, and then you'll put the milk and soup mixture over that whole thing. Then you're going to sprinkle on the cheddar cheese and then the pepper. I realize if I had my hands tied behind my back, I would never be able to talk.
No.
I talk with my hands all the time.
You sure wouldn't be able to cut chicken while you're doing
No,
that?
that's true.
You might slice off a finger.
That's right. All right, so I'll get back to my mixture.
And I will
over here.
also mention that we had a little bit of a learning curve about the soups, right? Because you said it can be cream of mushroom, which is great for a lot of other recipes, but great for this one as well, or cream of celery. But when they say cheese soup, that was kind of confusing to me. I'd never done anything like that before. So I went looking, and the only thing I was finding were those things that were the like a cheesy dip for nachos. And that's not what we're talking about. There's actually a soup. I think a little, somebody just got one. And that's cheddar cheese soup.
So you could actually use that too. I didn't want to take away the flavor of the chicken and the broccoli, and we're already going to be putting the cheddar cheese, the shredded cheddar cheese over the top, so that's why I decided to stick with the mushroom soup. Oh, that looks great.
Is that enough?
Yes, I think that's going to be really, really good.
All right, well, we have even more leftover chicken, so we can do this again.
Okay, good. Well, we have so many leftover chicken dishes because we eat chicken so
What's the
often.
order? I'm waiting. I'm the second apron.
All right, so right now, I'm going to put and I'm using the whole can. I already put the 1/3 of a cup of, oh, and here's another interesting alternate if you wanted to do this instead. My mom had another recipe that said instead of the milk, if you wanted to do sour cream, you could.
Oh, yeah,
So-
it thickens it up a little bit.
It would be a thicker, yes, a thicker liquid, and instead of a 1/3 of a cup of milk, you would do a 1/4 of a cup of sour cream.
Gotcha.
So that's the alternative. So at 19 seconds, I think I'm going to take that as a this is ready.
Shall I? Right.
I get it. Although my
Look
hair
at the
will probably
color.
wilt.
See,
Yeah.
you gotta have a lot of color on your plate.
I know. That's right. That's what they always say. That's the healthiest type of meal is when you've got a lot of color. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So, second apron.
Yes?
Go ahead and pour the chicken
Gentlemen, start your chicken.
right over the top. That looks great.
And again, the flexible cutting board allows this to be.
Yes, and as Paul said, I like to be able, because there's so many people who have questions about, what are you using? What are your favorites? That I have a link at the bottom of the video that just shows you what I have and even where you can buy it. So now at this point, we're just going to pour the whole liquid right over the top.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it really makes
So
for
far,
a
this is very easy to put together.
and it's a very pretty dish. You're right, it's a pretty quick recipe, and again, because it's the day after Divan, and you're using everything from the day before, you've already got everything in your kitchen. So let's do this one next.
Okay, a little cheddar.
A little cheddar, a lot of cheddar. I'd love to hear in the comments below, feel free to let us know either your opinion about trying this or even give us your version of chicken or turkey divan, because it's such an old recipe. I'm sure everybody has their own version. It'd be fun to hear how you do it slightly differently. So at this point, top it with paprika, just as much for beauty and a finishing touch as it is for flavor. And we don't do a salt and pepper in this recipe because you'll salt and pepper to taste at the table. So that's basically what it looks like before you put it into the oven. And we decided that we were going to do this for 30 minutes total, 25 minutes on bake at 350, and then we're going to broil it for the last 3 to 4 minutes to give it that nice bubbling brown. And the cheese will give away when it's really done. I think we decided not to cover it, or do we cover it and then uncover it?
We covered it and uncovered the last.
Okay.
The broiler minutes.
The broiler minutes.
I generally like to, when I'm cooking things like that, like especially chicken, I like to keep it covered.
Yeah.
So it keeps some of the moisture
In the beginning especially.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go, sir.
Are we going
Into the oven we go, and then we'll give you the after when it's ready. The best part.
We're back.
We're back.
You wonder what we do when we're waiting for the stuff to cook? That's when I pour the wine. What?
What do I do with it?
It's right here.
Oh. Cheers.
You had to move the wine because that's where the dish is going to go. Whenever we hear that sound,
Yes.
it goes off.
Yes. So this will be fun. We'll do the big reveal, and then I'll show you when we serve it up also what it looks like. So what we did is 25 minutes at 350, and then 3 more minutes in the broiler mode. Go ahead. Don't keep us waiting. So this is going to be the way that we like to do it. In fact, if you watch the buffalo chicken appetizer video that we did the same thing, where we broiled it for the last 3 minutes, and it just comes out beautifully.
All right, what am I calling you now?
Oh.
First apron.
First apron. Yeah.
All right.
Isn't that pretty?
You can see that, right?
Looks good.
Hey.
Now, did you want to broil it a little bit more, actually?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what you're seeing is that beautiful paprika.
Yes.
You don't want it a little browner. Okay.
No,
May I use your mitts? Very good. Okay. So, yes, I just want to make sure that you see how pretty that is.
And for those that are wondering, our wine choice today is the Cannonball Merlot
Which is another really
from
good
California.
one. Oh,
And
I need that one, didn't I?
I want to say, I don't want to say, I want to look. It's a 2016. It is a tremendous wine value.
I don't know
good.
if I'm going to be giving you too much.
That's okay.
I'm being very
I'm
generous.
very hungry.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Wow.
So see, you got all that good broccoli. And so that's the other reason I love this meal, is kind of got all the ingredients that
All
you
the things you
need,
need.
because you have the main dish, and then you also have the vegetables.
It's comfort food.
That's right. Comfort food.
I love this. I have the table set. What else do I need to do?
Salt and pepper.
First apron, salt and pepper.
First apron. Salt and pepper, second apron. That looks fantastic.
Okay, that's what salt and pepper looks like. It's going on the table.
All right, my dear. Dinner is served.
Well, thank you so much for another captivating edition of In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy.
We hope you liked it and that you'll try the recipe. And in the comment section below, let us know how you do your chicken divan or turkey divan if you have made it before, because it would be fun to see how it compares to ours, and we're always looking for new ideas. And be sure to subscribe and then hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every time we do another dish.
In the Kitchen.
See you next time.
Bye.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the kitchen with Paul and Judy. That's it. That's everyone. What are we doing today, First Apron?
Was that really the beginning?
Yes.
I didn't like it.
Well, you're supposed to start with the First Apron.
I know, that's the clap. That's the clapboard. That's the beginning of the film. That's the producer, director.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay.